Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp near Kingston, Ontario. Welcome to my presentation for World Card Making Day. Today I wanted to share with you how you can use our decorative masks to create some projects using a couple different options. So I'm going to flip around to my other camera so I can show you how to make a Halloween card, but also some other ideas on how to use these masks. All right, so this is the cute Halloween paper, designer series paper that we will be using on our card in a few moments, but I wanted to share with you with it because it's adorable, and I bought it for the pumpkins and the bats and the ghosts. I wanted to share that first. All right, so our decorative masks, I'm going to be using the Adorning Designs decorative mask. I don't know, did I say that right? No idea. So we have these 4 patterns. Hopefully they'll show up here. There we go. So we have these are found in the gingerbread and peppermint suede in the July to December mini catalog. So you can find them there. And they are great for multiple things. All right, so I have the first idea to use these masks would be in this one here, and using our shimmery white embossing paste. So that is this. I think oh yeah, you can see the sparkle. So all you do is, I would suggest having one of these silicone mats to put down, and then you would put your crumb cake cardstock in this instance, and then put down your mask over top, and then you spread your embossing paste over top. And then make sure, the number one tip I have for using these masks is to have a big enough container to put these 6x6 masks into that has the water. So that way you can clean it right away. So that's our first idea. The second idea is using this striped one. And I have a piece of designer series paper here. It's from the Painted Christmas designer series paper pack. So it's a very light design. And then I've used glue. So I've actually used some of this liquid adhesive mono liquid glue, my favorite glue that we have. And so that is something that I would just put on with a sponge dauber. And then I've used the gold foil flakes. So it gives a different look to it. And then our next one, using this snowflakes, I think it's my favorite design of all the masks that we have. So I've used some Watercolor Wonder, Watercolored Fluid 100 paper here, and one of our water painters with some ink. I've used that, I think I used Bermuda Bay, or oh no, I used Coastal Cabana for this one. So it does create kind of more of a smushy, but watercolors like that. So this is a different thing, and you can add some like Wink of Stella on top to make it sparkly, or try this on other paper like our shimmery white or the thick white. All right. And then one other idea, which I will link how to do this. I have a video up on YouTube on how to do this, is using the masks with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to emboss cardstock. So you see the snowflakes? I think that's pretty cool. So I'll have a link to a video. I'm not going to share with you on how to do that tonight, but that's something that you can do with these. All right, so just to recap, here are 4 ideas on how to use those decorative masks. And I'm going to show you another way with a couple tips. Okay. These things, because they have all these layers and they're plastic, they get stuck together a little bit. So they're just a little annoying. Okay. So I showed you the cute Halloween designer series paper a few moments ago. And we're going to use this for our card today because it's October and Halloween is coming, and I'm going to send my niece and nephew some cards. Well, I should say niece and nephews. Make sure I include all of them. All right. I want the black, that one right there. So unfortunately, it does have the bats on the other side that are adorable, but that's okay. So what I did, my number one tip, well, my number two tip, I guess I should say, because number one was to have a container of water nearby. So that way you can clean your area right away. Oh, I forgot to grab squeaky drawer. This sponge dauber. You need a sponge dauber. And you need some Whisper White, or I don't know if they renamed it Basic White, but Whisper White craft ink, whatever our craft ink is. The Stamparatus is a great tool. You don't need any of the plates. You don't even need the foam mat thingamabobber. But I do suggest using both magnets. But you want to be very careful because they're rare earth magnets. They are very, very strong. So it is something that if they do get together, they'll be impossible to take apart and they will break. So to put your designer series paper down, now I'm just going to do a half sheet. So I'm just going to cut this at 3 inches. So I saved some of those bats for later. We put that down. Then you take your mask and put it over top. And because they're both 6 inches, you can line up the edges and then see where you want the design to go. And then right over top of the mask, and because it's kind of a straight line, you kind of want to make it straight. All right, so we have that all on there. Then we take our sponge dauber and our ink. You can also do this with re-inkers as well, depending on what you have. And you can pick up some ink. Another way that can be a little faster is using that, although the craft ink doesn't do the same. So we'll just set that up there. But all you do is smoosh it in. I also kind of rubbed it just to take some of the ink off. I'm just going to do one row just so you get the hang of it, get the idea. And the thicker you put the white on, the darker it'll show. And just keep in mind as well, because this is craft ink, it does take extra time, and it will depend on where you live, the temperature in your house, and a couple other things. You might want to use a heat tool to make it dry faster. All right, so keep the magnets apart. Pull this up. I'm going to stick this right in my bucket of water, which is right here on the ground. And then there's our design right on the designer series paper. So now we can just put this, I'm going to put, before I wreck my magnets, I'm going to put one up there. All right. So pulling colors from the designer series paper, we're going to use this piece of Highland Heather. And then here I've trimmed down this piece here. So that's all great. And then we have 2 other pieces of designer series paper here, the Boo and the polka dot, multicolored polka dot, which are so cute. So these are going to be layered something like this, I think. And then I have a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, which will stick right here. And we are going to do a little stamping using the Banner Year stamp set, but I also cut out these 3 adorable ghosts. Aren't they cute? This one is chowing down on candy. I do not blame it. And this one is makes me think of Harry Potter doing the practicing and hoping that their magic is working. All right, so let's put this together using my favorite glue and also my favorite accessory, which is the Stamparatus Deluxe Foam Mat. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on there. And I did this earlier today, so it is nice and dry. And I'm going to have about a 1/4 inch showing here of pumpkin pie, like that. Okay, so now we have to decide. I think we're going to put this here. Which way do I want that to go? I think I want that. Okay, so we have to put this one down first. I thought about using this candy corn and candy one, but I needed some color on my card. So this we're going to put about a 1/4 inch in. This is why I love the Deluxe Foam Mat, is you can kind of gauge where the lines are. And of course, the back of the ghost paper says boo, and all different types. Not languages, but different fonts, I should say. And then we'll do this, like so. And then we'll take this part. Now this is 4 1/4 inches, which is the same height or width of this card. And we're going to line it up this way and stick it down. I did forget to grab some mini dimensionals. All right, so this little ghost, I think it's adorable that it says boo on the back of the ghost. All right, so first we're going to do some stamping here before we put these things down. These are going to be like so. Something like that. But we have to grab our Memento ink, our Banner Year stamp set, and then another block because I dirtied the last one. And this Banner Year, this is in the annual catalog, but I love this boo. It works with this card. So put that on here. And just some black. You could do Highland Heather. I was going to say pumpkin pie. It's pumpkin pie. I don't use pumpkin pie very often. You could also use Old Olive because it's in that designer series paper as a color. So we just stamp that and then grab the Simply Chamois to clean off our stamp. And of course, I like putting my stamps back right away, just so I don't lose them. So what we're going to do with this, grab my little garbage can, snip, and it's not quite straight. That's all right. I think I actually need it to be, that may work. All right. I may have to trim off the one side because this is going to go in here. Yep, so I got to trim off the other side. It's going to hide behind the ghost, so it's not a big deal either. That's actually pretty straight. Lucky me. All right, so move our ghost away. Put a little bit of glue on the back of our boo. You can also stamp boo in the background if you wanted. And then we're going to stick it right there. Take off the backing of the dimensionals. Cover up that. And then, oops, hold on. So I'd love to hear any feedback you have on what technique to use the decorative masks is your favorite. Drop me a comment and share this video to anyone who would love to learn how to use the decorative masks. So you could do something similar for anything that's in the, there's 2 other packs of masks in the annual catalog that you could use as well. So there is our fun little boo card. And make sure to check out my video I'll have linked in the comments that will show you how to do the dry embossing using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the decorative masks. Thank you very much for watching my video, and early happy Halloween and happy card making day.